Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Sonique and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Seasons of the Witch series. Now I have all of the Oracle decks. This is Mabel and they're all done by Rockpool. And now they've brought out a tarot deck, but not only have they brought out a tarot deck, but also a planner for next year. So for me, this is very, very exciting, which it means that I can use not only my Oracle decks throughout the year and my tarot deck for the next few months, well, the winter months, but I can also document them here in the planner. Wasn't very expensive, I don't think. It says $14.99 in the UK, but I didn't pay that. Now, fun fact that I found out, and I didn't know this until someone pointed it out to me, but here in Cornwall there is a candle company called SOTW. It's not very far from where I live, actually. I can drive there in about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. And they, at the moment, have a Yule Advent calendar. And behind every door is a little tea light candle. And there's also a tea light holder. The illustrator of these decks, Tiana Lukovic, is also the illustrator for that calendar here in Cornwall. So apparently St. Evil have brought out a new fragrance. This one's called Sacred Forest. Bring the magic in. And you see the illustration. It's the same artist. And it says, the forest awakes, snow-covered branches, a bead of twinkling sap, and one inquisitive stoat, busy before dawn. It doesn't actually reference the artist on the tin anywhere, which is an awful shame. Let's have a little smell of it. It's nice. So there's a Christmas one. So let's have a look at the Advent calendar, which has come in this massive box. This is so big, this box, I just can't even fit it on screen. So we'll start with the card. And it's an underwater scene. Oh, the smell that's coming from this box is incredible. Wow. A widely scented Christmas wish as each tea light twinkles and the festive season draws near. May your home be wrapped in warmth, wonder, and the quiet magic of winter. With every flicker, let the scents carry you across wild moors, through frost-kissed mornings and into moments of stillness and joy. And then if you've fallen for a favourite, then you can actually enjoy a full-size candle in the scent that's captured your heart with the code JOY at checkout. It's big, and I'm not going to be able to fit it all on the screen. Inside this one is the tea light holder. But just look at this, isn't it gorgeous? And so, as you can tell, it is the same artist. Look at these little gold highlighted elements here. This is a constellation, Great Bear, I would imagine. Not that I'm up on this sort of thing. We've got a lovely owl there and this crescent moon. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It's amazing in person. I'm going to show you this way up. I'll try and turn it. Isn't that gorgeous? And they're not actually in order. So we've got 18, 4, 9. Let's see what that one says. 15, 3, 21, 6, 20, 14, 2, 22, 11, 17, 10, 19, 5, my birthday. And what's behind that one? 24, 13, 16, 8. This is the big one. This is 1. So we open this one first because it's, as I said, it's got the holder in there. Yeah, little fish there. 12, 7. So if I turn it over, it should tell me what's in there. Drift into the magic of Christmas with St. Evil. where each flickering flame carries the whisper of winter tides and festive wonder. Behind every numbered door, discover a selection of 24 scented tea lights and a gold-dusted tea light holder. And then we've got a list of all the different ones in there. Scent seekers and candle makers of Cornwall. And this is an amazing place. So we've got bay and rosemary, bergamot and nettle, embers, fig tree, figgy pudding, ginger and lemongrass, granite and moss, grapefruit and lime, green vine, hawthorn and berries, holy smoke, inspiritus, lavender fields, orange and cinnamon, sacred forest, sandalwood, sea moss and driftwood, sea salt, thyme and mint, tranquility, vintage rose, walled garden, wild rhubarb and winter thyme. So those are the scents that are in there. So say the scented candles that are in there, little tea lights. I just want to open one, but I'm not. No, I'm going to be very, very strict with myself and wait for December, because it'll be here before we know it, won't it? So yeah, so a real connection to Cornwall, which always delights me when there's a connection to Cornwall. So yeah, I've been using Maybon. The next one is Samhain, and I've been doing some pulls with this, but I haven't really been recording my pulls. It's a beautiful deck. This one has the orange edge. But yeah, I'm sure you've seen all of these decks. In fact, I have videos of some of these decks as I've opened them and gone through them. And I think they're amazing. So you either like or don't like these decks. I know some people really don't, but actually I really do. And I didn't think I would. The art style didn't appeal to me right at the beginning, but now it does. I really like it. And especially with this connection to Cornwall as well, that's really sparked my appreciation, I think, for want of a better word. So anyway, what should we open? I think I'm going to open the tarot first, and then we'll have a look at the planner, if you want to stick around. So yeah, another Rockpool Publishing deck. So the artist did change midway through the Oracle decks, you may recall. There was a different artist, but the artwork is very, very similar, so they're all still very cohesive. What does this say? A journey through Yule and Imbolc. Okay, so discover the wintry wisdom of Yule, Imbolc, and the season of rest and reflection in the first of a new tarot series. So the best-selling season of the Witch Oracles continue their odyssey this time, unveiling a beautiful brand new set featuring the 4 seasons. So there will be another 3 decks, spring, summer and fall. And this is obviously the winter one. So we begin our adventure with the Winter Tarot, where familiar elements of the tried and true Rider-Waite-Smith system are reimagined in an evocative story of festive maidens, snowy creatures, frosty potions, brews and magical tools. The 78 cards unearth wintry themes of rest, reflection and, of course, the Sabbats. Explore how the harmonic relationship between Yule, Imbolc and the Earth's barest season seamlessly blends to unlock deep divinatory wisdom, all while embracing a new way for the tarot to shift its energy throughout the year. It does look very wintry, looking at this example of some of the cards they have here at the bottom. And little candles as well. So these are the sides, which is very similar to the Oracle. So this is a blue box, very wintry blue, and we've got this shiny text here. Lovely, I do like the shine, the bling. I'm all about the bling. Okay, I love this colour though. This blue is beautiful. So, as usual, it's Lorraine Anderson. The planner's Lorraine Anderson, and the Oracle decks are Lorraine Anderson as well, so that hasn't changed. Here we've got the guidebook. Oh, there's all the oracles. 197 pages, and again we have bonus material. In fact, I've never ever been and looked at the bonus material. Maybe I should. Oh, look at that band. Oh, we've got these foxes. Oh, keeping that. We've got this beautiful blue edge as well to go with the colour theme. And this is the inside of the box. Very wintry scene going on there. Here are the tarot cards, and they are the same size as a Rider-Waite Smith deck. Was the oracles size cards are bigger, just to show you in comparison. There we go. They all have a blue border around the outside as well. And they do feel very wintry, just like glancing at them straight away. So shall we look at the book? Let's look at the guidebook. So we've got the same image as on the box, on the inside cover and on the cover of the guidebook. Contents: forward, introduction, the spirit of winter, the seasons as archetypes, how to use cards, some spreads, and then we're into the cards. So we've got the major, the minor, and the suits haven't been renamed. Acknowledgements about the author, about the illustrator. This is lovely, isn't it? It's being taken on a swing through the air. Oh, this is an amazing image. Oh, I think I'm going to like this. There's the introduction. Oh, gosh. You carry wisdom in your bones, even when your body is lacking experience. You carry love in your heart, even though you may not have felt a tender caress of late. You hold the power of your ancestors' blood in your veins, although you may not know their names, faces, or stories. Can't wait to start reading this, actually. Conversation and adaptability, darkness, deepening the wisdom. So, yeah, keywords that can go with the season. Some lovely, lovely pictures. How to use the cards. So, cleansing your deck. Dedicating it, getting to know your card spread. Oh, 10 card spread. Using the cards beyond winter, reversals, combining tarot and oracle, which I actually do intend to do. And then we have these spreads. So we've got a 1 card, skating. 6 card, a yearly shift spread, which is another 6 card. And then we're into the cards themselves. So we've got this frontispiece, and then into the majors. So what the majors are all about, and then we're actually into the card and then its meaning. So that's quite a lot of information just on the majors there. The minors, a little bit less, but quite a large divinatory meaning. So we've got dividing pages as well for each suit. Master of Winter Pentacles. And its meaning, and look at this. Holding this thunderbolt. Ooh. Acknowledgements. And then, yeah, bonus material. It's got a little bird on the head. Yeah, so that's the guidebook. So let's just have a little look through the cards one by one, because that's what we're here for. Okay, so they're very shiny. You can see, quite glossy. I like that. You can actually see the images really well when we have glossy cards. So here's the Winterfall. And the Winterfall is passing through a portal from one season to the other. That's great, isn't it? Look, going from autumn into winter through this portal. Willingly, unlike me that goes through unwillingly, kicking and screaming. I don't like winter. It's not that I don't like winter, I just don't like being cold. And yeah, hate being cold. The Winter Witch. So we've got the Winter Fool, the Winter Witch. So that would be the magician energy. Looks like they're meditating. We've got a little snowdrop here. These birds going round. The winter high priestess. Okay, so do they all have the winter on them? Maybe. So this is the high priestess, which is the picture on the cover of the book and the box. And so this high priestess isn't alone. That's unusual for a high priestess, isn't it? The empress. I'm not going to keep saying the winter, but yeah, the winter empress. So every card is going to say the winter before the card title. This one's flying, and look, they've got these skulls here. This is completely unique type of deck, isn't it, for tarot? Very themed. Oh, it's the Emperor. That's, yeah, I thought that would be the Hermit because I was looking at the lamp. And the fact that we're going up into mountains there, I just assumed that would be the Hermit, and it's the Emperor. What do they look like together? Quite similar vibe, haven't they? Hierophant. Doing some sort of a ceremony by the looks of that, in a glade with these candles all around. The Lovers. So one inside, one outside. These two sticking together. There we go. Quite stuck. So this is the Chariot card, and that picture that was in the guidebook being flown through the air. Black and white, yes. Oh, there's also faces here. Look, the wind. I didn't notice that in the book. Was it there? Yeah, I didn't even notice that we have a face for the wind blowing them forward. Winter strength. So strength this time is depicted as a white bear in the forest. The Hermit. So this Hermit is going towards a stag in a forest. And the wheel is a water wheel that's frozen. Then we have winter consequences. So we still have the scales here for justice energy. Yeah, everything's tipped over and they're not looking too happy about it. The Hanged Man. It's not reading a book. I must finish this chapter before I go to bed. The Hare. Yeah, looking for a new perspective. And we have the Death card. We've got this skull here on top of this, what looks like an alien with those eyes. Is it a swamp monster? Oh, these cards are sticking together a little bit. Temperance. And the Devil as the puppeteer. Tower. Oh dear. Nothing you can do about it. This tower moment's going to happen. And then we have the Star. Oh, wow. This is some sort of a goddess, isn't it? The Moon. The shadowy figure behind there, the shadowy fox. The dark moon. And the Midnight instead of the sun card. I presume because the sun is on the other side of the world, really, during the winter months. Oh, we have self-reflection instead of judgment, and we are reflected in this pool of emotions. Ascending to spring instead of the world card. So yeah, some of these majors have been renamed and repurposed. The Ace of Winter Wands, holding a candle, eyes closed. The 2. Lots of books there. Seems to be a bit of a theme, doesn't it, in this deck, the books. The 3. I like the 4. A Christmas tree or a Yule tree. How did they get away with putting candles, live flames on fir trees for Christmas back before electric lighting? I mean, such a fire hazard. The 5. Oh, giving and receiving gifts. Oh, paper chain. Used to do those as kids. But why is that the 5? I'm not quite sure. 6. Look at this angel. There's a call there, isn't there? Feels a bit religious, actually. 7. Ooh. It's a powerful image, isn't it, in the sky? 8. So all these shooting stars. That looks so much like the Darkwood Tarot. Anyway, 9 of Winter Wands. Doesn't that really look like the Darkwood Tarot? There's the 10. Another firewood home. So we have the initiate as the page. So they're learning their element. Creativity going on there. The apprentice for the night. We're sliding down the hill on the snow. Oh, this is great. You can almost feel the joy there. And the artisan decorating the tree. Black cats. And the master is actually Santa Claus, but the Coca-Cola version, not in green. I would have expected him to be in green, not in red. That's unfortunate, in my opinion. Cups for the ace. Beautiful images. 2. Oh, it's written in the stars, huh? The 3, celebration. I love all these like ghostly figures as well. That's the 4. Don't see a cup being offered there. 5. Traditional imagery there. We have the 6. We're asleep here. Boots are off. We've got 4 cups there, 2 cups there, and we're having a pleasant dream by the looks of things with our companion who's here asleep with us. A 7, another tree. 8. 9. And the 10. Northern Star. Initiate. Feels a bit Peter Panish. Flying out the window in your pyjamas, if I'm seeing it right. The apprentice. Once again with a book, journaling. A white fox. The artisan. A swan and a fox. And the master. Yeah, very watery theme as we'd expect. Swords, and we have crystal. We have a download, very fast download, straight to the brain. 2, 3. That's a much different image than we're used to for the Three of Swords, isn't it? It's what is actually happening and what we think is happening, or what we perceive is happening to us emotionally, and how we think about it becomes the reality we feel, when in fact we're okay, we're whole, we're not broken. The 4, 5, so they've all got these lightning bolts on each card, haven't they? 6, so we've got the lighthouse here warning us this dangerous, treacherous weather. And 7, I know these lightning bolts are here. 8, instead of swords surrounding the figure, then they are surrounded by this tree with the snowdrops. The 9, oh, 10. We still have the promise of a new dawn here. Okay. The Initiate. Apprentice. Artisan. And the Master. And then we have the Pentacle suit. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. 2. Well, that takes me back. When I was, I don't know, from about 8 years old on, I used to do ice skating, competition ice skating, and we had to do these figure of 8s over and over and over again, just to make sure that we were keeping the line perfect. It was an exercise that was so boring, but yeah, useful. Was very useful. Anyway, enough about me. 3, working together to decorate that tree there. Got the robin here, messenger. The 4, and the 5, still outside of that church. 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. Passing our gifts down. Initiate. Again in the books, the Apprentice. These sheep. It's such a charming art style, isn't it? The Artisan. And the Master. Okay, let's have a little look at some guidebook entries. So the star for the major. We have the 7 of Winter Cups. So the Apprentice of Winter Wands. Okay, so these are the 3 cards I'm going to look in the guidebook at their entries. So as you can see, for the majors, we've got Roman numerals, and then for the minor cards, we've got the suit emblem. So a cup for the cups and a candle for the wands. So the Winter Star. It references the card before, the Tower. So after the events of the Winter Tower, the maiden finds herself drifting out in the snowy landscapes looking for sanctuary. It feels as though this journey has lasted forever. The Winter Fool, stepping through the doorway, has sustained blow after blow, and isn't sure she can go on. So it looks as if we're doing a fool's journey through the major arcana. So just when the night feels darkest, a winter goddess appears in the sky to show her the North Star. The first glimmer of hope the maiden has had in a long time. She can finally see the pathway forward. She's back on track, heading where she's supposed to be. One day she'll look back on this moment and realise this is the start of everything being okay. And then we have the divinatory meaning. Hope is the main message of the Winter Star card. After a situation such as the Winter Tower, you need hope to move on and find light in the darkness. However, I've always thought this card represents purity of spirit. From the Fool until the Hermit was about learning forward movement and setting foundations. Then the wheel turned, and Justice through to the Devil was all about restriction and learning to surrender. Then the Tower distilled the soul, stripping it of debris and pollution that had only been holding you back. The Winter Star is truly the moment when you're reborn and are most open to spirit, when you can finally say, show me where you want me to go. Inspiration and breakthroughs often follow the appearance of the Winter Star. A new you is emerging, and with it a period of ease, peace, love, and clarity. In its purest form, your soul calls this card forth to tell you the worst is now over, and you can begin to heal. Oh, isn't that nice? 7 of Winter Cups. Oh, straight to it. Here we find a beautiful Christmas tree, adorned with various ornaments and baubles. Look a little closer, and you'll see each ornament represents a different desire. A heart, symbolising a desire for love. A gold coin for wealth. A child's little shoe, symbolising a desire for a family. On it goes, each containing a dream for the future, but some of these are nightmares masquerading as dreams. You must tread carefully before making a decision, but at the same time you could easily get lost in the abundance of choice, miss out on the present in the fantasy of the future. And the divinatory meaning, there are so many options to choose from, but which one is right for you? You look one way and think, yes, this is it, only to turn your gaze and find yourself reaching for something else. Then you go back to the first. No, wait, what about the one over there? That's the energy of the 7 of Winter Cups. In its most positive expression, this card indicates you're spoiled for choice, with so many possibilities available to you. Primarily, this card indicates you're going in too many directions. It may seem as though you can do and have it all, but by scattering yourself so thin, you're making little, if any, progress. This card can also represent delusions of grandeur and will appear to wake you up in the face of illusions. Some things look enticing on the surface, but when you get a little closer, you might find the exterior is swiftly chipping away to reveal the truth of decay underneath. Trust your intuition and choose the option that feels right, but remember that not choosing is still a choice, and you can miss out if you do nothing. The Apprentice. We find a young maiden gliding down a steep mountain. Her parents are always telling her this is too dangerous, but she's set on mastering this hill. The danger is what makes it so fun. She loves the thrill, the wind in her hair, and the speed she gains. She doesn't know it, but her bravery and willingness to charge ahead, even when it seems dangerous, are preparing her for a much larger journey. She'll conquer this hill and then another, and then huge mountain tops and the skies. Oh. The Apprentice of Winter Wands is a risk taker. They love the feeling of something new and exciting and that feels risky. Anything that feels risky is something that motivates them to take action. If you want a burst of energy, the Apprentice of Winter Wands is who you call to get the ball rolling. They're also very confident, even if they may not have cause to be. They don't doubt themselves, choosing to learn as they go along, but they can also burn out quickly. They love the chase and can lose interest when the initial thrill is gone. As an evolutionary energy, this card encourages you to take a risk, to bet on something a little bit crazy or unusual for your standard operating procedure. You may lack some skills and experience, however, you may you have enough to at least set things in motion. Some things can only be learned by doing, so don't be afraid to get some things wrong in the pursuit of your goals. Okay, so it's a taste of the guidebook with those 3 cards. So let's look at the planner. So this is the planner. I might have to zoom out a bit. Okay, so it looks very similar to this, doesn't it? In colour, a little bit darker maybe. It says, in this planner with enchanting illustrations by Tiana Lukovic, I do hope I'm saying that right. Each month features an overview of its spiritual energy as well as a special card spread based on that energy and associated rituals. There are also daily card pulls and monthly self-care challenges and plenty of space for your notes and ideas. This book is more than a planner. You can use it to keep your daily diary, but it will also become a repository for your sacred innermost thoughts, a treasured tome you can reuse and refer to for years to come. You and thousands of others will be collectively flowing through this planner throughout the year, forming a beautiful community of kindred spirits. I like this because you can use it as a bookmark. That folder. I've got one on the back. Yep, so you can do the same thing when you get over halfway. So this is Lorraine Anderson, who's authored all of these decks. A multidisciplinary spiritual teacher, writer and soul-based entrepreneur whose work focuses heavily on intentional and energetic living, as well as using spiritual practices as a pathway for profound healing, growth and transformation. Co-creator of the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. So, let's have a look at the planner. Oh gosh, I hate it when it does this. It just reminds me of school. This planner belongs to. This book belongs to. Okay, so we have a little invocation, I think, here. An introduction, Seasons of the Spirit. How to use the planner. So there's a monthly overview, a new monthly spread, daily tarot oracle draws, self-care challenge, vision space. And it talks about the Southern Hemisphere if you're on the other side of the world from me. January. We have a ritual. A winter, preparing for Imbolc and entering Aquarius. Summon your spirit story. And then they've got the essentials that you need for that ritual. And we have a spread. Nice. So yeah, we've got the spread here, which is 9 cards, I think. Yeah, 9 cards. A vision space. Then we can list the daily draws. So the date, the card name and the keywords. This month's priorities, things I'd like to do this month, accomplishments to acknowledge, and a quote. This one is from C.S. Lewis. Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when we look back, everything's different? We've got this month overview, and these are the layout pages. So it begins on a Thursday, and we have something to reflect on each day. Look, so on the first, I feel like my most authentic self when. What you could do here is use that prompt with your cards. So you could, what I think I'm going to do is use the relevant oracle deck for the season along with the tarot deck for the season, because I presume these tarot decks are going to come out in time for each season, I would imagine. I think I might actually use it in that way, and that way I'll be able to really get to know these decks over the year. When I think of being happy, I think of and we have the full moon in Cancer. Unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday, I hate it when they do this, but unfortunately they've got Saturday and Sunday even just in one space. I understand why they do it, but can get a little bit annoying for me. Okay, so yeah, new moon in Capricorn on Sunday the 18th. Yeah, so every day they have this journaling prompt. And then at the beginning of each month, they've got a ritual. So all about the month and the challenge, and then the essentials you need for the ritual. And another spread. So they do that for each one. Okay, so that's the format. The colours change from month to month on the edging. Very subtle colours. But yeah, you can see on the edge there that we've got different colours here. It might be an idea to tab the pages so you know where you are. Okay, so December, rest and reflection, the vision space after the card spread. So I suppose you could actually note on the vision space your interpretation of the spread. Great to look back on then, isn't it, over the year. We've got a winter ritual here. So they're hibernating and we're hibernating with a book. I do tend to do more deep study in the winter, to be fair. And a closing prayer. Okay, so that is the planner and the deck. So thank you for watching, and until my next video. Bye friends, bye.